Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Hey folks, this is episode number 297. This week we are going to do an episode called The Softer Side of Alice Cooper. But before we get to that, as always, we have album acquisitions, our general chitter chatter, and our esteemed colleague, Bryan Harris, and I went to see Alice Cooper here in Evansville a couple of weeks ago. And he and I are going to talk about that and show off some of the stuff from the VIP package.
Ooh. Oh, cool. Hey, can I ask a real quick question?
You can ask, I don't mean we're going to answer.
What side of Alice is the softer side of Alice? Is it the bottom side? the side, the top side? You know, who knows? Anyway.
Well, at his age.
All right. That joke bombed. Let's go terrible. For number 2.
Hey folks, welcome to episode number 2.
No, we need to fire we need to fire the comedy writers.
The head writer's got to go.
I don't think there's a comedy writer on here. That's the problem.
They're gone.
They've all been fired. You're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired.
It's kind of like having Oprah around instead of you
get a car.
No, you're fired, and you're fired.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You're fired too.
Yeah. Anyway. Let's start out with album acquisitions. Alan doesn't have anything, surprisingly.
I'd be surprised if you did. It would have been a freebie somebody gave to you or something, or one got thrown at you at your car or while you were driving down the road or something. Maybe.
I could show some of my old records that looked like they were used for grinders.
Bill, did you get any albums this week?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. We're sleeping.
No, just haven't. There's been nothing been out there that.
Mr. Bryan, what do you got?
Well, I picked this one up yesterday from Ashley and Jerome.
Nice.
Wow, that looks a little risque.
Yeah, Balls Out album.
Now, for the people who are listening, tell them what that is.
It's not Bryan doesn't have his balls out. He's talking about an album.
Yeah. Well, basically, the cover is kind of a vampire dressed young lady, and she's holding a pair of silver balls in front of her lower area.
So is that I'm guessing that's their latest release?
No.
Yeah, I
Balls Out is not.
It's a couple years old.
Yeah, it's a few years old.
Yeah.
That's actually the first album I've heard of. I heard of theirs, so it's a couple years old.
I didn't even know. I don't know the names of their albums. I mean, I like.
Well, I won't read the song titles.
You should read the songs. Read the song titles, Bryan.
Was it Lowering the Bar? Was their last one?
No,
You're
like 3 records behind, dude.
Okay, I don't own one, so there you go.
All right, I'll read the song titles.
All right.
Side A, In the Future.
Good, wholesome tune.
2, Supersonic Sex Machine. Okay. Number 3, Just Like Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Number 4, 17 Girls in a Row.
Hits. That's a hit, by the way.
Yeah. Side B, If You Really Love Me.
Right.
It
really,
won't suck
really love you.
It won't suck itself.
It won't suck itself. Yeah.
You know that song?
Tomorrow Night and Why Can't You Trust Me? And then the second album, That's What Girls Are For, Gold Digging Whore, I Like Drugs, Other Side, Critter, Let Me Come In, CUM, and Weenie Ride.
Weenie Ride is good. I like it.
Get back just in time to hear Weenie Ride.
just a cavalcade of hits.
It's for the whole family.
No.
This is one I've been looking for a while, and I got a really good copy of it. I got that from the Wednesday night auction from Kathy Dunn at Music and More.
And this
Like
song and this record is what? You have to tell us.
When I'm with you's their big.
Yeah, it's the band Sheriff.
Sheriff. Okay.
Yeah, for those
I don't
people that are listening today.
When were they out? I don't even.
In the
80s?
80s.
Yeah.
Sometime in the 80s. Way back in the 1900s.
Okay.
Way back, way.
The song when
Another
I'm with
century.
you,
Another century ago.
Yes.
being a yacht rocker, Dennis, you would know the song when I'm with you.
Okay, I probably do. I didn't recognize.
Oh yeah, you do.
All right.
And since we've been seeing and talking Alice a lot lately, I realized they didn't have any Hollywood vampires.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Cool.
I got their first album, double album.
Cool.
Awesome.
That's pretty
And
groovy looking.
Did you get that at Atmosphere, or did you get that at some did you order
Amazon.
that online?
Yeah, I got it on Amazon.
Okay.
And they had a newer one, and there was 2 versions of it. And the version I got, this one's called Rise. It's limited to 500 copies, double orange vinyl.
Oh, nice.
I was kind of shocked to see that on Amazon, but
Yeah.
anyway.
You never know. You just got to go around there and poke around every now and then. You find something that's like, well, interesting.
Yep.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I've been to my local places lately, and there's nothing. I mean, there's just been nothing as far. Well, I haven't been to Atmosphere for a while. Just a long drive. For
I'm like,
me.
don't you live in the same damn town? I mean,
No, they're in Evansville. and
well,
they're north
come
of-
on.
they're
Okay,
north
you
of
live
Evansville.
10 minutes away, whatever.
I don't like going to Evansville. I go to Costco, and that's about as far into Evansville as I get anymore.
They fixed the roads down. Some of them are much better than they were.
Yeah. All right. So I did pick up 3 since the last time we talked about records. I broke down and bought like the one that Bill had, the 45th anniversary to record deluxe Destroyer. Pissed off. The shipping container was okay, but my corner is creased.
They're all like that.
Are they all creased?
No,
It's
they're,
creased.
They're not?
Nope.
Yeah, well, a bunch of them are.
Well,
but I have
mine must have been right next to Bill's because mine's creased on both. Actually, this one at the front corner and the back one's not as bad, but the corners are bad. The shipping container, I got this through Walmart, and the shipping container was perfect. So it was
mine
done
came
before shipping.
Mine came from Target.
Okay,
Now that I
mine
think
was
about it.
Walmart.
But I
Yeah.
heard a lot of people complain about it being beat up.
You know,
Yeah,
the thing was, and it was one of the ones. It was made in what? It was shipped from where? Ukraine or some kind of shit. I mean, it's actually made somewhere overseas, so it's traveled. Netherlands is where it was, I guess it was.
Well, wouldn't you think it'd been made in Ukraine?
No, it was. Yeah, I remember because I showed you the tag. It was like it says actually made in EU, so it was okay.
Europe.
What's that?
Europe, yeah, European Union.
It was kind of interesting though. I did put it on and I've listened to the first side, and I hadn't listened to it in a while, and it was interesting just really sitting listening to the album itself on a good stereo, kind of just uninterrupted, and actually listening to it. There's a lot of stuff I'd forgot, it just kind of the nuances of it and the sounds that are in the album. I just really haven't I'm going to sit down and listen to it the front again because I got interrupted toward the end. I would like to just sit down and do the whole thing and then listen to the other album. So I did open it and look at it. I like the inner line, the notes.
The book's cool.
The book's really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
All
I'm one
right.
of those suckers that bought all 3 of the album versions. Well, the deluxe box of CDs, but yeah, I bought
Right.
all those versions. Plus, I bought the CD for my son's collection. But yeah, I'm one of them
Cool.
that did that.
I only did the one, and like I said, that'll be enough. Another one, like I said, I got that Amazon gift card, so I've been just buying as much as I can off Amazon and spending my money. But I did get a European release of Police Regatta de Blanc, and I've got another one coming yet I'm gonna get my whole Police. You just can't find these albums anywhere. I mean, they're just hard to find.
Is there a difference between the European release of that album and the American release?
I honestly don't know, Alan. You're asking me something I don't know. I'll find out. I'll look at it.
Oh,
I'm
it's
sure.
not a big
Find out.
deal. You just
I'm
said it
sure.
was European, so I was just curious.
Well, it's
I really don't
it's
care.
it's pressed. No, it's pressed there.
I'm
That's the
kidding.
only way the only way you
I
can get it
got
is get an it's an import. Put it that way.
I
So
got
it's an
you.
import. So anyway, that one came, and both those albums actually that came 3 weeks earlier than I expected to get it. Another one I got off of yeah. So another one that I did get off of Amazon is one of my favorite bands and one of my favorite albums by that band, and it's
New England.
Saxon's.
Oh, no.
No, Saxon's Denim and Leather, and this is the 40th anniversary, and it is got a really nice sleeve here, but this is the cool part about it. I love the red splatter. It's got a
Shouldn't it be
That's cool.
denim color? Denim and leather color?
you would think, but anyway, it is what it is.
Well, you have to say, I mean, you have to admit though, it looks a lot better than some of the.
Well, the Alive
Marbled
Kiss
or
Alive
whatever.
looks like a big
Well, I
pile of
wasn't
puke.
going to bring any artist up because they're not the only ones that's notorious. But a lot
Well.
of those put out the specialized vinyl like that, and it just looks like shit.
Well, the Kiss Alive it looks like a big thing of vomit. It's the worst colors. I know what they were trying to do, but it just didn't work. Something else I want to bring up real quick before we get into the other part. The discograph, or mine always comes up as discographic or discographic, but your Discogs app.
Yep.
Did it come up this week where you had to start paying for it?
No.
No.
Okay, for some reason mine. So I tried to log in my thing here, my Saxon album. I was going to put it in here, and I did it. It comes up. Hold on. I'm trying to do this. Here it goes. And then when I add it to my collection, it says here now, please support discographic, whatever. It says upgrade to premium or pro. So it won't let me do it without paying that $3.95, whatever, to go to premium. What are you doing, Alan? You're like, what, doing something wrong?
He is because he's muted. So
Yeah, he's muted. I can't hear what he's saying.
I said I was on a different screen, so it wasn't hitting. Taking.
We're sitting here. We can see you
I know
talking.
you can see me talking. Is there a little tiny X in any corner anywhere? A lot of times they hide those real.
Well, no, and I thought that too. It says go to Premium Pro, and I've been really good about that. But yeah, it's not letting me do anything.
I just logged on. I just logged the ones I just got in the last couple of days.
And I've had this for how long have I had this? A couple of years. But it says here, did you purchase after May 1st, 2020 or donated? Tap here.
I just clicked the X. I mean, I got the same thing you got, but I just clicked the X and it went away. There's my
I
whole
click
collection.
the X. Yeah, I can
right
click,
there.
but I can see it, but you can't add. Every time you try to add something to the collection, it won't allow you to add anything. It wants you to pay for it. So you're getting the same note.
Well, I'm gonna see if it does anything.
So here's a good idea. Let's test drive some software while we're doing a podcast.
Well, this is something that I use with my albums, and I'm just kind of curious. I was going to bring it's a time filler.
It's a time filler.
But I mean, for people who are using this, and if somebody knows what's going on with this, I don't know why all of a sudden, I don't know if I had a trial situation with this, my trial should have been over fucking year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe
Why
go
is
into
it-
your settings and see if there's something that's changed in there.
Yeah, and I need to, but I was just asking about if Bill was having the same issue, and it sounds like
Yeah,
he's-
you can't add anything. You get that.
So yeah, you get the same thing. Okay, so
I just opened mine to just select the random album and tried to add it, and it was going to let me. I got no pop up or anything.
did you buy
Mine
a
popped up.
premium
It's not
edition?
Yeah, mine popped right up and said when I tried to add one, it popped up and said you need to support whatever.
All right. I mean, I don't mind paying the $3.95 or whatever. That's fine. But it just, I don't want to be, want to end up being some kind of scam deal where I'm the only guy in the United States that's paying $3.95. I mean, I use this program a lot, and it saved me from buying a lot of albums, again, that I already had. So it's good for just a good reference.
It really didn't save me from doing that, but because I've still done it anyway.
Because you're not using it when you buy it.
Oh no, I am. Just
Oh,
it's like Alice Cooper is logged as Alice, not Cooper, or it's wrong, or
I've got that. There's some issues with that software that I'm not happy
anymore. And
with
it's premium. You got to buy the premium. No issues. I'm sure that's the problem.
That's the problem. All right.
I'm sure that's the deal. But that's
Okay.
a good. That was good. That's good information for our podcast listeners.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm thinking. So that's the thing. I did see where here's another thing. I saw this week and I had to laugh because I was looking at I saw something about Motley Crue finally going to go out now with this tour, just after watching a thing from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, just this like last week.
I shared a YouTube of that.
And it's just fucking horrible. I mean, he's fat and can't sing and blah, blah, blah. He hasn't changed anything. So here they're going to go out on this big tour. And my buddy was over and we started watching some videos, and I was talking about the new Shed tour this summer of Loverboy, REO and Styx. So we pulled up a recent thing of Loverboy, and Mike Reno is just fucking, he's tubby chubby. He makes Vince Neil look a little skinny. So, but the comment on the video, the first comment you see is, it says that Mike Reno proves to Vince Neil that you can be a fat ass and still sing good. He does. He sounds
very nice.
I know. Hey, I didn't write it. I'm just repeating what I saw, what I read. But it is funny because Reno still sounds good. And yeah, Reno looks, I mean, what he looked like in the 80s. Oh my God. He's,
I don't know about any of you guys, but none of us look like we did.
No. But he looks like
I looked in the 80s.
No. He looks like my neighbor. Remember the guy we had the moonshine with, Bill?
Yes.
He looks like him now. He used to
look
I've
seen pictures of, it is
he's
what it is.
He's a big guy,
but at least he can still sing.
He sounds great. And that was the whole point. It was like Mike Reno is proof that you can be a big fat guy and still sing good. So,
yeah. Vince doesn't care. Money's going to come in. Doesn't matter.
He doesn't care.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because people were commenting, they're all excited about this tour. And I'm sharing this video. It's like, people are excited about spending money to see this.
Yeah.
I mean, the vocal, I could care less what he looks like, but the vocals are just embarrassing. It's just like, it's like not words. He's just like throwing noises out.
Well, he did the same thing on their final tour, which
he's done it every tour. It's not new.
It isn't new. Yeah. Anyway,
it's not new.
So anyway, I just thought the Mike Reno thing was funny. So, and I like Mike Reno. That's good. Did anybody see the was it Axis or no Reels? Did you watch that documentary last night?
Last night.
Was it last night?
What documentary?
The Frontman?
About the fire at the.
No.
I want to see it. Somebody said it's really, really good. It's a well done documentary about that.
I'm gonna have to look it up because I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I saw the Frontman about Gene and Paul.
Alice is on the 27th, I believe.
Is that on YouTube TV or anything? You guys know? Is Reels on any of that? Where are you watching it at?
I have cable, so I watch it on my cable.
Oh, cable. What are you watching on, Alan?
I watch it at a friend's house.
Oh,
I don't have that on that channel.
Yeah, I don't have one on mine either.
There's got to be a way to stream it somehow. I mean, I'd pay for it if I could.
Oh, there is, but I don't know what it is.
Reels probably has its own channel. All the rest of them do. So
yeah, they'll
you might look
if there's a couple things that on there that's worth seeing, I'd get it for a month just to watch it. But I do want to see that documentary. Somebody said it was somebody I was reading on it said it was done very well. So
for the Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley one, you're not going to learn anything new.
Same old.
Yeah.
Now, one funny thing that I did notice when I was watching that is, they had actors, doing the parts of Gene and Paul for the background noise and shit. But when they talked about going to MTV to unmask, it shows Gene and Paul sitting there with their back to the camera, but you see them like taking off their makeup right before they go out to put
Oh,
the mask.
jeez.
I'm like, that is
Dude.
those dudes don't walk around in their fucking makeup all the time. The fucking that
It's like, I'm
almost
so
made me
glad.
just turn that shit off. Right
It's like I'm so glad we're unmasking, so I don't have to wear this in public all day long, every day.
yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
Almost as bad as when they put the makeup on in the Rise to It video.
I know. Oh Lord. But anyway, so yeah, that was there was one other thing that I was going to bring up, and I don't remember.
You didn't write it down, so you
I didn't write it down.
forgot.
Well,
I
Dee
forgot.
Snyder posted some stuff about comments about that video, and gave Jack Russell some props about that whole project, and
Okay.
that he was part of that guest list thing that went down and raised some money for that. And so it's
Right.
yeah, it was just really pretty interesting what he said. You know, they'd played there before. There's been
Right.
bands that have played there before and done pyro and never had an issue. And it's
Right.
you know, there was just
It was just a
all the align, you know, everything aligned and
right.
just created a disaster. But
Yeah.
I would like
it's
to. I would like
interesting.
to watch it.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Dennis is wearing a Foo Fighters shirt, which reminds me.
Oh,
Thursday
that's what
night-
I was going to say. It's
Oh,
Friday night,
really?
actually. It's Friday
No, I'm
night.
going Thursday.
Where at AMC?
Yep.
Where?
Yep.
in Evansville, you don't know where that's at. You
No,
don't
no,
know
no.
where
I
that's at.
didn't. I thought you said no. You said yeah. Okay. Yeah, AMC. The show's Friday night. They got a showing on at AMC on Friday night. So
Oh, I'm going. Yeah, I got a ticket for Thursday at the AMC on the west side.
yeah,
Is that
I'm gonna-
Go ahead, bring it up.
Is that Stadium 16?
no, it's
Yeah.
AMC.
AMC Studio 16.
Oh,
Allen.
Studio 16. I got you.
So fuck you, Dennis.
No. I thought you
Kidding,
meant when
I'm
you
kidding.
said
I'm kidding.
stadium. I thought you meant Showplace Stadium.
No,
Anyway,
I said Stadium 16.
gotcha. I didn't know what it was called. I've never.
Well, go ahead and
actually
bring
been
it
out
up,
there.
Dennis, because you were going to bring it up.
No. Go ahead. Like I said, I want to see it. Like I said,
Oh my
I
God,
wanted-
just talk about it.
anyway, the Foo Fighters, they're 666
Studio
whatever it's called.
666.
Yeah. It's gonna be campy, it's gonna be stupid, it's gonna be funny as fuck. I guarantee
Have you
it'll be
seen the
funny.
Red Band trailer?
Yes.
No, I have not.
yes. I watched
have
that
not.
this morning.
Red Band trailer is amazing. The graphic violence and gore and all that, but it's still going to be funny because the way they're doing it, it just looks hysterical.
Well, they made a comment that somebody, I can't remember where I read it at, but they said they were asking Dave about doing this movie. Is it really, could it hurt his career or hurt the band? He's like, dude, he goes, if you've not seen our videos, we've been doing this shit for years. He says, if any band would do a movie like this, it would be us, because every video we've ever done is like a mini movie, and it's just off the wall,
Yep.
crazy and shit like that. And Dave's been in that with the Tenacious D. He played Satan in the Pick of Destiny and all that. Or was it Pick of Destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was. But
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, it's gonna be great. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun night to see that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're going into it knowing you're not going to see a
Yeah,
masterpiece.
This is not going to be on the Oscar list.
Probably should be though.
Yeah, considering what's been out. Yeah, I'm sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go try to get tickets for that. And
Yeah.
and talk to Kelly and get it all worked out.
So
Just go online.
anyway,
Did you call them or did you go online and get your tickets, Brian?
I have the AMC A list, so I pay $20 a month, and I can see 3 movies a week.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And yeah, I get all mine ahead of time, as soon as they go on sale, because I'm weird, I'm anal. It's like I like the same row, the same seat. So almost every movie I go to, it's in like that same seat.
Let me know
And-
what that seat is, so I don't want to sit there.
do you do like Sheldon and go sit down in the seat and go, whoop, whoop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had my ticket for a while now. As soon as it went on sale, it's like I'm going Thursday, so I'm going by myself.
Cool. All right,
So let's move along to Alice Cooper here.
do it.
What 2 weeks ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Brian and I went to the Old National Events Plaza here in Evansville, Indiana, to see Alice Cooper again. Oh, Dennis must have to poop. Look at him run. Anyway, Bryan and I went and we had well, I'll let Bryan describe it because he bought the tickets and all of that stuff, and he knows what all the fancy VIP terminology is.
Well, I got them planning on my girlfriend going with me, but then she decided not to go. So I hit up Alan because he's like really close to me. And but I wanted to get good seats. And unfortunately, when a lot of bands are doing this now, but like the first rows are priced. You don't pay just for the ticket for the seat. You're paying for the different VIP levels. So we actually had third row seats, but there's also, I guess, 3 rows in front of the regular 3 rows. So technically we're in the 6th row. But we got the VIP merchandise package because it was a lot cheaper than doing the meet and greet packages and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, so what that did was it gave us merchandise automatically that was mailed to us, which we just got last week. I just got it at my house last week, and I took Alan his portions of the items. So
Cool. What is that? Like what is that? A bag or something?
That's a swag bag.
Oh, cool.
Well, Bryan, you keep talking while I'm showing this stuff off.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we had third row center, well, technically 6th row, but we had third row center, great seats. Of course, the tallest bastards in the place are in front of us. I don't care what show I go to. If I don't have a front row, I'm going to have the tallest guy in the place in front of me.
And the best part about this time is the tallest guy was wearing a top hat.
Yeah. He must have been like a 75-year-old guy, tall, skinny guy, and he was all Aliced out. He had on like a, black, white suit and top hat and makeup and long, I'm sure it was his own hair, but long black hair and everything. So, as usual, I spent 3/4 of the show watching Nita run around instead of Alice.
Nothing wrong.
We all do that. Who doesn't do that?
Yeah, but the
Cool.
VIP thing was pretty cool because we got the album bag. We got 3, I guess they're like 11 by 14 posters. Really nice.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Cool.
We got a copy of the set list. We got a certificate. Well, I don't know if Alan's shown it up yet, but we get a certificate where you can write your name in it.
That's coming up next.
Oh, okay.
I'll get the set list first, which the set list is no big surprise because it hasn't changed. It didn't change from when we all went to the Nashville show.
Which is probably the same show I saw too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been the same one.
It's the same set list.
It's a good set list, so.
And then there's the certificate of insanity.
Well, that's cool.
Cool. Nice.
And you can on this
Put your
line
name in
here,
there.
put your
Yep.
name in there. Which I paid so much attention, I didn't even notice you could do that. But if I ever get to meet Alice, maybe I'll get him to write my name on there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be the way to do it.
Well, I mean, the show is so good. Every chance I get, I'm going to go see him until he's done. Out of all the shows I've seen the last few years, his have been, equal to or maybe even greater than Kiss's. So,
they went top notch. I mean, like I said, we've seen them. I've seen this show. That's why I didn't go again this time at Evansville because that same set list and stage has been done because of COVID too. It has nothing to do. I mean, Alice has been one to change things up. Every time I've seen it's been something different.
Well, like I said before, they put a lot of money into the stage
yeah.
that they got right now, so they got to get their money back.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
nice stage. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's a
Um,
great show. You know,
This bag right here, when we got these bags at the merch table, and here's a strange concept. The merch bags were free.
wow.
Yeah.
But it's got the Alice Cooper stuff on it and a
Right.
little QR code. And then on the other side of it, it's an advertisement for the Detroit Stories album and a little scan code there so you can look it up on Spotify.
So if you do the
What's the
scan
scan?
code,
What's the scan code do? Yeah,
it charges you $5. He goes to PayPal, it takes $5 out of your account.
Your bag.
What, for Spotify? What, are you drunk?
What's that?
I'm running my mouth. No, this is the scan code for official Alice Cooper merchandise.
Oh, for merch.
So
Okay.
Of course you're
I know.
going to get, they want your money. Hello?
I'm just saying you got a free bag, but when you scan that, it goes to your PayPal
Charge you
account and
$5
takes
for the
$5.
bag.
That's what I meant. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Well, you
Alan's
said
got
that
the new
after I
shirt,
showed
too.
the Spotify link. I was like, what?
No, I said PayPal.
Yeah.
And
Alan's
then,
wearing a new shirt too. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shirt. Yeah,
Get
I
the
like
old
that.
beard out
I
of
like
the
that.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the shirt was courtesy of my friend Bryan. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same tour I saw
Yeah, we
not
would
long
have.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to get a shirt. Remember that was shirt that Brian got that we didn't get because he bought it first.
I still got a mammoth shirt.
Now
That's right. We were busy
for
walking
the-
around. He was.
I'm just fucking with him.
For the
he was-
non-music part of the show, one of my favorite things to do is wait and catch the $100 bills as they come flying down.
Oh,
Get one. There you go.
They're confetti.
Oh,
There, I saw one of the Alice Cooper $100 bills on the floor a couple rows ahead of me, and almost all the rest of it was confetti.
oh, that's
Totally cracked. When I looked up and saw that coming down, I'm like, they cheaped out on us. They're like, fuck Evansville.
yeah. Because we had talked, we were going to take our paper bags and hold them up and see how many we
That's
could catch.
what I was gonna
Like,
do. And I saw them coming down. I'm like, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
that black ink's expensive, man. We can't spend
That's right.
money for black ink. You bought a cartridge lately? It's like $40.
Yeah. He went to the Gene Simmons School and don't give the fans anything for free.
It's got a QR code. It goes to PayPal. Anyway,
But I mean, I do have to say, that's not the first time I've been that close at an Alice Cooper concert, but sitting that close was really cool because I mean, you're literally, 25 or 30 feet from
Right.
the stage, so you can see everything really, really well.
right.
And there was one pair of pants that Alice was wearing that you could see everything really, really well. I didn't care to see that.
Did it have anything to do with what you were talking about earlier about the crooked carrots or anything?
Yeah, go to bentcarrot.com. And yes, that is a legitimate website.
Don't go there.
But anyway, I like being up that close for the visual aspect of it because, Alice Cooper does, and everybody knows it's a theatrical show, it's a very vaudeville and all of that good stuff.
Right.
But one thing that I noticed sitting that close is the sound was way different. There were a couple of times that I could hear his mic cut out or get really loud. It's like somebody was sitting at the soundboard, sliding the fader up and down real hard. I was like, good. I was texting my friend up in the back. I'm like, do you hear that? He's like, yes. I thought maybe it was just me because I was that close. But if you're there for the music, you want to sit a little further back. If you're there for the theatrics of it, get as close as you can.
Yeah. We did one time when we saw him at the center when he was doing the Nightmare show, kind of redone. Got closer than normal.
Yeah.
And it was good to do that, but you also like to see it in a perspective because there's so much shit going on too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. I mean, there's not a bad seat in that place. I mean, you
Oh,
just
not at
get
all.
you just get a different perspective,
That's
But
funny.
like you said-
My friend Jeff took a picture of me and Bryan before the show started.
Our bald heads.
And he was like, hey, the glare up here is unbearable.
That's funny. Sound like it was a
Yeah,
good
I
time.
mean, if he comes back, I'll go again. I'll go see Alice every chance I get. I have never seen a bad Alice show.
I should have went. I don't know. I cheaped out.
Does anybody else have any concerts coming up?
Doobie
I
Brothers.
have Marshall Tucker and coming up in March. See him and Dave Mason's open up for him. That's the only reason I'm going.
Yeah,
I want to see David Mason. So
Brian
here's
and I
one
are-
song.
Brian and I are supposed to go see the Doobie Brothers this summer. We'll see if it's 3 times a charm or 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah,
Mm.
July. And then we also have tickets for Wasp in November.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
May I have Kiss. And then 4 days later I have Weird Al. And then a week later I have Striper in Nashville, which I'm going to be looking for someone that wants to go to Nashville with me. It's a concert and a meet and greet.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a Monday. It sucks, but last time I saw them was Nashville 2019, did the meet and greet, and I took my miniature. I have miniature instruments for all of them.
Yeah.
And that show, Oz Fox was out because he was fighting the brain cancer stuff.
Right.
And so I didn't get his guitar signed. So I've been fighting with myself, and it's like, okay, they added in Nashville. I'm going to go. So that way I can get that guitar signed. So
There
that's
you
cool.
go.
There you go.
Nice.
We saw them in
Yeah.
Louisville. They do a good show.
Yeah.
They're
So I went to see I went to see Theory of a Dead Man and Blackstone Cherry
I saw that. That was
last week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
was it
ago.
good? Was it good?
Yeah, actually, I saw Theory of a Dead Man in Louisville back before Christmas, and it was exactly the same show.
I'm not gonna swear to it, but I think I
But-
saw Theory of a Dead Man at Rocklahoma.
And they were in Evansville just the other day.
Right.
So they were they were and like they were here on Saturday and they were in Evansville on Sunday, I think, or something like that. Monday night, because Sunday was Super Bowl. So
It was
on
because
Friday.
I went to work that night and Mike was saying something about it, and I was like going, if I'd have known that was going to be in town, I probably would have got tickets.
It was really good.
They don't advertise these fucking shows, and then
Yeah.
they wonder why they're not selling tickets.
Yeah, it was a good show.
So
both bands are really good. The place was really, it was hopping. It was a really good show. And then we got tickets for Journey and Toto and Billy Idol.
that'd be good.
That's
I'd
coming
like to
up.
see Toto.
Yeah, it's coming up May 5th. So we have tickets for that. And then I have tickets for the summer for somebody in the summer. And then we got the other stuff that we're talking and kicking around. But I think we're talking about going to that REO Speedwagon Loverboy show.
Yeah, I want to see that, and I like to see the Cheap Trick Rod Stewart.
We might do that I may be gone then, but yeah, I'd like to go to that and get a regular seat, not a lawn seat, because we went to that the last time and it was Cyndi Lauper and Rod Stewart, and
so good.
there were
So good. I was at that show.
Yeah, except for the 4 girls that were sitting next to us in the lawn that didn't shut up for 4 freaking hours. Shut. I mean, I was even saying, shut up. Just shut up. I mean, literally just talk the entire time. I'm like, why are you here?
If you
I had tickets for Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick in Nashville before COVID took it away. I had really, really good seats. And they just refunded them. They didn't give you the option of keeping them. And I know that's coming, but my problem this year is, after visiting my son in California last year, I've decided I'm going to do that every year. So I have to be pickier with concerts I go to.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing a lot of shows don't come in here into Evansville, because I'd be going away more if I did.
Yeah, I wish we get a couple more. So there's a couple other things out there that I may go to, but that's kind of what I got going on. But I've been to five shows of some type already. So
yeah, I've been kind of not doing it.
I've been kind of tracking.
And just for people, a little advertisement. I would love to go to Nashville this Saturday night because the Rock and Roll Residency is playing the Mercy Lounge for probably the last time.
I've got my ticket, pal.
You got your ticket? You're going?
I have my ticket. I bought my ticket the day they brought on they went on sale.
I got to work Saturday. See, that's my only problem. I would go, but I got to work. I won't
They don't
get off
play
work
till 8.
I know, but I won't get off work till probably, I couldn't get home till 4. Then I have to drive down. I would come home, clean up, and then drive after working a 6-day week, and then drive home that night. Fuck.
Well, you don't have to drive home that night. It's a choice.
Well, I know that's a choice, but
Yeah, we're not driving home.
it still may happen. I don't know. I'm still thinking.
Stuff was easier to do back in our 20s.
Yeah.
I
if
would
I
never.
was
I mean, for
20
me, it's too far. It's like 3 hours. I couldn't do that after shows. No way.
See, I
That's
can't
never-
because it's 2 hours. We
That's never
drove
gonna
dinner.
happen.
See, I was in there Saturday. We went down Saturday,
Yeah.
and then drove back. We were home by 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Not for me.
Not
Are we
like-
doing
not
an
like
actual
that.
show tonight, or is this gonna
Not
be
like
just?
that one time we went to see them and get home till 3 o'clock.
Well, this will be
in the morning.
quick. I mean,
Yeah.
this will be a quick thing. There's not that many.
No. I just was asking. I mean, we're
We're
we've
having
been
fun.
just chatting, which is not a bad thing. I'm just asking.
So yes, we're going to talk about the softer side of Alice Cooper, and each of us are supposed to have picked our top 5 softer Alice Cooper songs,
I have them.
and we'll let our guest Bryan take the
I got
first
one.
shot.
All right. One thing I noticed, I know some of my favorite Alice songs, the milder ones, they tend to be directed towards women, and a lot of it is how hard it is to be a woman and stuff they have to deal with and stuff that they're put through in their lives and stuff. So, and I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, he taught, they end up, it shows their strength and everything. So that's one thing I noticed. But my number 5 is actually a really good example of that. Take It Like a Woman. It describes everything this woman's going through in life, how she's being mistreated and used and abused and everything. I just think it's a great song.
That's off the
Good
Brutal
song.
Planet album. If anybody
song.
gives a shit.
Can I ask a question real quick? When we're saying a ballad,
No,
How are we
didn't say
defining it?
ballad?
Didn't
We
say
said the
ballad. Nobody
softer
said
side
ballad.
of Alice.
then that answers my question. Then thank you. I'm good now.
That's why I wanted to call it the softer side of Alice.
Gotcha.
Because they're not ballads.
No, because some of them are slower, but then they've got their hard parts. But there's okay. So
I know which song you're referring to.
I might have to switch now. I got to switch one around.
Well,
okay.
Bill, you want to go next?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Oh, Dennis, you wanna go?
Go
Whoever.
ahead.
I mean,
Bill.
whatever. I didn't write down 5 because I didn't get that memo apparently, or didn't remember it. But I can
Well,
come up with 5, so it's
you
okay.
Elderly gentleman and your bent carrots.
.com.
At least I still have it.
We need to get some money. We need to get a little bit of money this
Get a
week. 'cause
sponsorship from those
Sponsorship.
people.
We should. You know what? We should call them. I mean, email them and see if we can get
brought to you by Bent Carrots.
That's exactly right. Get it up.
Anyway, Bill's number 5.
All right. So my number 5, I'm gonna go with Pretty Ballerina. Pretty Ballerina. I just think it's just a cool song. It's odd and
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, this was like, I like to go see Alice in concert. I like the Alice stuff they do. I don't dive in. I don't have every Alice record, but it was neat to listen to some of this stuff because I never heard it before.
Right.
Because I don't usually listen to it, but so it kind of got me listening to some new stuff. The other thing for me too is I realized that that it's the softer side. It's not a ballad because some of those are a little freaking twisted and weird.
I didn't get the memo on the softer
And
side.
when I was listening to it, I'm like, that's not a ballad, dude. and then,
Well, see,
then I went
now,
back and went, it's
when
not
Dennis-
called ballads.
when Dennis says he didn't get the memo, he didn't pay attention to the email that I said where the subject was the softer side of Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I got that part.
know
I just
that.
didn't. I just when I started listening to the lyrics, I'm like,
Right.
that's not a love song.
And Pretty Ballerina is on the Dirty Diamonds album.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I
when-
should have said that.
When you bring up I put together this playlist based on another playlist that I had found, and that's a song that I had forgotten because Dirty Diamonds isn't one of the Alice Cooper albums that I've listened to very often.
Right.
So when we went back and listened to it, I'm kind of like you. That's a pretty cool song,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's got a harpsichord or something in it playing. Or what
Right.
was that? That's what Lurch played on the Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, that's how
Dennis.
old we are. You have to tie it back to the
Okay.
monsters to make it
No,
make sense.
Adam's family.
And no, and Lurch is on the Addams Family,
Addams
not
Family,
the
yeah.
Monsters.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
But I think that Fred Gwynn played a harpsichord at one point.
All right.
Anyway, all right. So number 5 for me is a song off of an album that I bought. It's a more recent album of Alice Cooper, but I like the album a lot. And it's Along Came a Spider, and it's kind of because it's an album with a story about this mass murder, or this murder, or a serial killer. There's a song called Salvation on there, and I love that song. And Alice is, of course, he's the son of a minister, and he's an extremely religious person, and will talk. He don't go out and preach about things, but if you ever ask him about what he thinks about, he'll sit down and talk religion all day long with you, and he knows his religion. That's the whole point. And the Salvation song is like that. It's this basically this serial killer. Can I be saved? After doing all these terrible things, but it's a really, really, really good song, and it's one of those ones that makes you think a little bit, and so.
What
Anyway,
song what song you talking about?
It's called Salvation, and it's off of Along Came a Spider.
I have to go
So
back.
it's
and
not
check
on the
that one
list.
out.
No, it wasn't on
You
the
didn't
list.
have to
No.
pick anything off the list. I just threw the playlist together.
Right. Rule number 2.
Rule number 2 of Fight Club.
There is no rules. And you can't talk about it.
I picked the easy button, apparently. Picked off the freaking list.
So anyway, but no,
Well,
but the thing
if
is,
it
it
makes
was,
you feel better, Bill. So did I.
Okay.
and the thing is how many of you guys, okay, out of the 4 of us, how many has actually listened to the album Along Came a Spider?
I've
No.
heard it.
I've
I already
listened to
told
all
you
of
I don't
his
listen to 'em.
albums.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's something. It's one of those songs that a lot of people don't know. Go listen to it. It's a good song. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a really good album. It's one of those ones you listen to from start to finish because it tells a story.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
listened to
it's-
all of his
it's-
albums at least twice.
Right. And it's a good album. So anyway,
So my number 5 comes off of The Last Temptation of Alice Cooper, and it's the song It's Me.
it's a good song.
And I no rhyme or reason for why. I've just out of this list of songs, it's the one I like 5th best.
There you go.
What's your number 4, Brian?
Dedicating this to Dennis. Steven!
I love that song.
It's a brilliant song. I mean,
It's a brilliant song.
yeah, it's just, the serial killer dude. And I mean, yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, I think because we all know it so well.
Right. Bill.
Number 4, I picked Every Woman Has a Name.
Good song.
Just because it's, again, it was another song that I hadn't heard before, so I picked some. I listened to that one actually quite a few times.
Steven is off of Welcome to My Nightmare.
Yeah.
And Every Woman Has a Name comes off of Dragon Town.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that song actually.
it's
I
pretty
didn't
good.
listen to that
Actually,
list that
I
you
like that.
sent us. Because I had enough in my brain. I knew my top 5. I already knew what I wanted.
I even sent you a Spotify list.
I know. I should have listened. I may have been,
Well,
may
that's
have
what I
liked
did with
something
that. I
better.
made a Spotify list and a YouTube
Yeah.
list.
Okay.
And I will share both of those lists in the comments of this show
Gotcha.
somewhere.
Nice.
Cool.
If I don't forget.
Cool.
Dennis.
All right. So I'm gonna my list has got to get all fucking switched up now. So all right. So my number 4 is God, which one do I want to pick out of this one? I gotta pick one of the 2. Okay. It has to be Only Women Bleed. I like that song. It's one of his major hits. it's just a great song. I love that when he does it on stage. I like the way he does it with his daughter for a while, and then his wife now. The way they do that, it's just a great song.
And that comes off of Welcome
Only
to
Women
Nightmare.
Bleed. Yeah, Nightmare. Yes.
My number 4 is from Along Came a Spider. It's the song Killed by Love.
Oh, that's a
And
good song.
one thing that I do like about this, and it may be why I like it, is he kind of has a Lennon-esque quality to his vocals, at least in the verses. Because when I first heard it, I thought, did he do a duet with John Lennon back in the 70s that I missed?
That album has a lot of vocal differences.
Yeah.
From
and I like
from
'cause it's a little
regular.
different.
Because isn't there one that he does with? Isn't the girl one of the girls from the Black Eyed Peas? Isn't she in one of those songs too on that album? A good duet. I don't know which song it is, but
Along Came a Spider.
is
He
it on that
on
one?
Welcome to My Nightmare 2. He did.
That's the
something
one.
with
Welcome,
Kesha.
You're right.
Did
That's
something with
I got
Kesha.
I got the wrong one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Never mind.
But she's not in the Black Eyed Peas.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's just a chick. You know, that
It's
girl.
just a chick.
That was a
Chauvinist pig. All right, we're up to number 3 now.
You and Me. That song is it's brilliant. It's a love story between a man and a woman. There's nothing special about them, but they have each other. They have this, deep love for each other. And like it says, we're no superstars, but they have popcorn and TV. It's just a great love. Great to me. It's a great love song. So
It is a good song.
Spoiler alert. That's my number 3. And it comes from the album Lace and Whiskey.
Yeah. That
is one song it's kind of funny because that's one song I could not I just
really.
Wow.
There are 2 songs on the playlist that I got. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't.
Wow.
Well,
that was one of them.
Let's try this, Bill. Get on YouTube, Google Alice Cooper and the Muppets. And watch him sing that to Miss Piggy and see if that changes your mind.
Okay. Because I remember him being
that
on
song
there.
on the Muppets way back in the 1900s.
Yep.
Well, the Muppets remind me of something, but I'll have to talk about this some other time.
Bunch of Willie Nelson.
No, it has to do with the Swedish Chef and Volbeat.
Well, that's an odd.
Heard.
I knew exactly where you were going.
Yeah,
We're coming
that's
back
true.
Okay, Dennis, what's your number 3?
All right, my number 3, because I have to switch this around now, is Desperado.
Oh, I love that song.
That's that's the other song I could not
really see.
I just couldn't. Oh no!
Fucking love that song. That's off of Killers.
That's off the Killer. There's no S.
Okay, but there's a red snake. There's a snake with a head.
There's no S.
I have that CD.
I have
Alice
that
Cooper autographed it.
Wow.
And my friend
That
Soren
song,
went and
I
did
didn't
VIP.
hear that song. I was at Dale Hollow Lake about 10 to 12. No, actually it's been longer than that. It's been about 14 years ago. I was at Dale Hollow Lake and we were scuba diving on a houseboat down there. And I ran out of air, so I was like, I'm just going to stay on the boat and drink beer and listen to music. And that song came on, and I'm like, going, what the fuck is that song? I knew it was Alice Cooper, but I had never heard it before.
I just jumped in the water.
Oh, I was like, I listened to it like 3 times in a row. I'm like, going, that's a fucking great song.
I had to drown myself.
No, I'm sorry. I just think that's a great song. That was actually number 2.
You don't have to be sorry.
That was 2 on my list until something changed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
Desperado.
Bill, or not Bill, the other B guy, Bryan. What's your number 2?
Oh, you're right.
What number are you on, dude?
Yeah.
You're all over the map.
No, because
No,
Allen
my
said
number 3 and his number 3 were the
his
same.
is the same.
I didn't do number 3, and now you're going. Yeah, so I'm confused.
Yeah. You skipped Bill.
Oh, you
Oh.
skipped Bill. Oh,
I have pulled the Dennis.
So I was like, what is going on?
I'm not
And
running-
now you're
I'm not
jumping to
running this.
two?
hey, I'm not running the circus.
Okay, Bill. What's your number 3 since I fucked this up?
So I'm slipping into the hits thing because that's how it works for me.
Okay.
Mine is I Never Cry, which is off Goes to Hell.
And that's
So,
your number
just-
3?
That's my number
Good
3.
song. That is a good song. There were some really good ones. I just had to.
I'm not going to pick obscure stuff because I'm not that familiar with it, except for the 4 and 5. But for me, anyway.
Right.
Okay, now we're to number 2.
Can Bryan do number 2 now, Bill?
Brian can do number 2.
Yeah, this is
Your
one
pick, your
that
show.
this is one that I just love this song. I always have, and actually, I brought it up, and Alan's like, "Oh, I got to add that to the list." That's How You Gonna See Me Now. It's just a great song, and to me, I don't know if he wrote it or not. I don't know if Alan knows.
That is
That was Ezra.
that was from the inside. That
Was
that
it?
was
Yep.
that was one of them that was written during his time when he was committed to the institution for his alcoholism.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if he wrote it or not, because that song is totally like him and what he was going through.
That's the one that was written. That was the one written by Topin. Bernie
Okay.
Topin, I think.
Okay.
I think
Well,
Bernie wrote that song.
Let's get on the Google and
Get on the
find
Google because
out.
I'm almost sure that's what that was. I don't have my. Can you Google it?
You don't have your what?
Well, I got my phone here, but I'll have to.
Like your phone's
But
right
I
in
have-
front of you. I
but-
can see
But
it.
it also has my list. So
Oh.
anyway.
Yeah, Toppin.
Is it Bernie?
Yep. Alice Cooper, Bernard Toppin, and Richard
Yeah.
Wagner.
Because see, Bernie's the one that
Wow.
got him to do speedball. That's the one that got him to do like doing the speedballs and shit, which
Yeah.
got him into the position where he had to
Yeah.
go to the fucking nut house. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was written. That's why that song has that kind of Elton John-ish kind of fucking tune to it. But it's
See,
Yeah,
now,
when
I,
you get
I
the
don't.
lyrics are
I don't-
totally go with that time in his life.
Yeah, I don't feel that doesn't sound Elton Johnish to me at all.
but it doesn't sound Alice Cooper either. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's got
Of the songs
Well,
I heard on that list, it
Well,
sounds
I
like
would-
some other ones.
I would argue that Bernie Taupin has heard enough of Alice Cooper's stuff that he kind of knows how
Yeah,
Alice writes.
true. That's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
because if you pay attention to the lyrics of this song, you know, how are you going to see me? Please don't see me ugly.
Right.
You know, I mean, I
You know,
didn't realize Bernie
freebasing
Taupin-
cocaine's a great thing too. You know, I mean, it writes some
honestly,
great
I
tunes.
didn't look it up. I didn't realize Bernie Taupin was a co-write on it.
Yes, he was. That was on. If you listen or if you watch that show, Super Duper Alice Cooper.
I
have
did
it on
watch it.
Well, it talks about that.
Well,
That's why
I watched it one time. I didn't memorize the damn show.
What fan are you?
Anyway, that's where I got.
So
my
you're not really a
information
fan, is that what you're saying, Dennis?
That's
I mean,
exactly
Alan?
what I'm
You're
saying.
Really not a fan.
from. Not a fan.
That's like those people that get mad at you because they do a movie quote of some movie you saw 30 years ago once. What? You don't know? Fuck off.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
where are we at now?
Who knows?
I think it's
It's
Bill's
to
turn.
you. I know, and I think it's to you
No,
because
no.
Dennis just went. So it's to you. Is
Oh.
it me?
No, I
No,
went.
didn't go.
Brian
No.
went.
Brian
Yeah.
went so far.
How you going to see me now?
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
Oh,
is
Brian.
is that
that
we're
Bernie
still
Taupin?
stuck there?
Yeah, we're stuck
That's
on number two.
Brian's number two.
Okay. Bill,
All right.
what's your?
My number 2 is Only Women Bleed. It's on Welcome to My Nightmare. And that's just because, again, that's when I started to get into Alice. That was because of those kind of songs. So
Good.
those are hits that were on the radio and that got me turned on to the other
Well,
stuff. But
Welcome to My Nightmare was my introduction to Alice Cooper. So,
Yep. I
Dennis.
saved my introduction to
Uh-huh.
Alice Cooper for my number 1.
All right. So since my list got all jacked up, I had to move one up to number 2. Desperado moved down one. I had How You Gonna See Me Now / Steven because I didn't consider Steven a ballad, but now that I can use Steven's number 2 and it fucking kicks ass. So How You Gonna See Me Now is on my list of honorable mentions, which it is a great song. But no, Steven is fucking phenomenal. It would actually be number 1 if it wouldn't be for my number 1 song.
That's how math works.
There you go. But it's it's a solid number 2. It's with a bullet.
I hope all my number 2 stay solid.
You know, well, if you don't want it
just
too
went right
solid,
in the shitter.
you don't want it too
Oh, speaking
solid.
of number 2s, we haven't seen Dennis's cat tonight.
We want some fiber. No, I told you earlier. You saw me cleaning it. He must be getting a little bit more fiber than he needs because he did it earlier before the show.
Well,
All right.
my
Sweet
number
Jesus.
2 is not a number 2. It's
About
a
Bill.
great song. It's already been brought up once tonight. I Never Cry off
Yeah.
the Goes to Hell album. You know, if there's a teardrop from my eye, it just makes me shiver to the bone. Just the lyrics in this song are so great. And I don't know if Bernie Taupin helped write that or not.
Probably.
I have no clue.
All right.
All
Tell
right.
us
Number
about your
ones, right?
Number 1, Brian.
Well, it's been said in a couple other people's lists already, but Only Women Bleed. That's my, not just my favorite song. That's my favorite Alice Cooper song of all. I love that song. I mean, and that goes back to what I mentioned before we started going through the list is, you know, what women have to go through and deal with and stuff, you know, what men, you know, how some men treat them and everything. And yeah, the song's amazing.
Well, I already knew what Brian's number 1 was because when we were going to the concert and talking, he was like, "Oh, by the way, Only Women Bleed's my favorite."
Yeah.
Before we even talked about doing this show.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for not ruining it, not blowing it.
Why would I do that? All right, Bill, what's your number 1?
Well, my number 1 is from the second concert I ever went to in my entire life, which was in 1978, and it was the From the Inside
On
tour.
the inside. Right.
So I'm going to go with How You Gonna See Me Now. That was my number 1.
Ooh.
Dennis got lost in his record collection back
No,
there.
I was just gonna. You've seen this. Did I show you this before?
I don't know.
Well, thank God he's in the records.
Well,
Saying-
while he's
Oh,
fiddling and
Not,
fucking
no,
around with his
that's
record.
Inside Out. Inside Out. I have that.
Yeah.
That's
live.
not the right record. Yeah, I have that on
Spoiler
one.
We
alert.
talked about that.
My number 1 is the same as Bill's. You know, and I had forgotten about that song until Bill brought it up. And then when I listened to it and started listening to those other songs, I'm like, that's a great song.
Yep.
You know, only to find out Alice didn't write it by himself. God damn it.
Alice can't do everything. You just can't. You know, he's just only one man.
Yeah.
And you guys, all 3 of you guys, missed the number 1 song.
In
No,
your
we
opinion,
No.
we nailed it. You got nothing, Jack. What did you pick? Like Jack the Ripper or
I
some
have
kind
a
of?
feeling. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm going to type this up on my phone because I
Okay.
know what he's going to say.
Well, you know, because you probably heard me say it's my favorite song. So there you go.
Could be.
Ballad of Dwight Fry.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it is. I love that song. That song is the most gut wrenching when he's and live, especially when he's in that straight jacket. I mean,
He could throw the emotion in that song.
let me tell you a story, a real quick. It'll take less than a minute.
Well, good,
Doubt it.
because that's the end
It's
of the
not-
fucking
that's
show.
what she said.
Doubt it. We went to our friend's house the other day, and we keep talking about this fur coat that Kelly's mom had, and we've got in our closet. We've had it for years. I mean, it's a really nice, Christian Dior fur mink coat.
You're at a
It's
minute.
long. Anyway, I tried it on whenever she first bought the thing. I forgot the fact that I was probably about 185 pounds when I put that coat on for the first time. Now I'm 263. So the other night we were getting ready to go over to their house, and I was joking, and Kelly's like, "You got to put that coat on, and you can walk in, and you look like this big pimp daddy." Well, somehow I got my arms back and I got this fucking coat on, but whenever it fucking slid over, I got locked into this motherfucker. And then I'm like going,
You're feeling Alice, wasn't you?
I was, dude, and I knew exactly what I said after the fact. Kelly's like, I'm like, don't. And then I finally asked her afterwards. I said, why did you not videotape that? She goes, you would have. I said, no, you missed an opportunity because I was flipping shit at that point. I mean, so I would not be a good candidate for a straight jacket because I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
Wow.
But that's the thing about that song is you see that pain, that anguish, that craziness. I mean, built up.
Mhm.
What a great song. I mean, it is.
That was my number
What
6.
of emotion. Yeah.
That was my
That
number
were-
6. It just missed my top 5.
Yeah, a lot of emotion in that. And a lot of the softer side of Alice is a lot of emotion. Just to wrap it up.
Yeah. So tell us your softer side of Alice Cooper, top 5 or so. You can email contact@agesofrock.com. Throw it in a comment on the YouTube or the Facebook or the Twitter or the Instagram that we never check.
We have
And
Instagram.
I follow us on Instagram, and there's
Well, you also have access to the Instagram and you can post on the Instagram.
I know. Gonna have to delete mine and
Do we have a
No, you don't.
TikTok
You know,
we have a
I'll learn.
TikTok?
We do not have a TikTok.
or Ding Dong or whatever it's called?
I got
you don't have a ding dong. We already established that.
He don't have a TikTok.
Carrot
He
boy.
got a Tic Tac.
I had an anxiety attack.
And Bryan, thanks for coming on the show
Yes,
as
thank
always.
you.
It is fun.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
We love having our friends on. We love having other people on.
And
as well.
Dennis.
And Dennis. And y'all visit
Well, thank you.
agesofrock.com. Check out social media and past episodes. And until next time, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.